Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Learn French by Suchita. Je m'appelle Suchita, votre enseignante de la langue française, and in this video, we are going to study impératif deuxième partie. Before we begin with this video, I would like to introduce you to my website www.learnfrenchbysuchita.com, where you will find recorded courses for all your French language needs. We have courses for DELF A1, DELF A2, DELF B1, TEF TCF recorded course, French phonetics as well. We have special courses for our school students ranging from grade 5 to grade 8. We also have courses for university students who are enrolled in certificate course or diploma course in Delhi University. And finally, we also have courses for our school students who are aiming to appear for their DELF Prim or DELF Junior examinations. So hurry up and check it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. And as I already told you, in this video, I'm going to take up the topic impératif. I have divided this series into 4 parts. In the first part, we have already looked upon the imperative of the regular verbs. Now, in the second part, that means in today's video, I'm going to look upon some of the irregularities, some of the irregular verbs and the exceptions. In the third and the fourth part, we are going to look upon the imperative of the pronominal verbs. So before we begin with this video, I would request you to watch this video till the end, and in case you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and mention your comments in the comment section below. And also, if you're not following me over my Instagram page, which is Learn French by Suchita, go and follow me over there as well. Now here, I'm going to look upon some of the exceptions and the irregular verbs, right? So see, in the first part, what did we see? What are imperative sentences? The sentences in which you give the orders, advice or suggestions. They directly begin with the verb, like for example, close the door, open the window, eat your dinner, right? So all these are imperative sentences. You can give orders only to tu, nous and vous. All this I have already explained in the first part. If you have not watched that, I'm going to mention the link of that video in the card above and also in the description box below. You can watch that. Now here in this video, we are going to directly begin with the irregularities. So the first the first exception that we would see is in case of ER verbs. Now that happens only and only in the case of ER verbs. You are going to omit S from the subject tu, right? So I'll just explain you through an example. Let's take an ER verb. The verb is parler. That's your ER verb because it ends with ER, right? Parler, which means to speak. Now here I've written the conjugation of the verb parler in the present tense. So of course in the present tense we can write with all the subjects. Je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. So that is the conjugation of the verb parler in the present tense. Now we have to change from present to imperative. So with je, il, elle, on and il, elle, you cannot write imperative. So I have put a dash over there. You can only write the imperative forms with tu, nous and vous. Now let's look at the exception. Since it is ER verb, you are going to omit this S from the subject tu while you change from present to imperative. So you see, while I've changed, I've removed this tu, nous and vous, of course. But with this parle, you're also going to omit this S, right? So it becomes parle, parlons, parler. Now this rule of omitting S happens only and only in the case of ER verbs and also only and only with the subject tu. Like for example, in nous also we have S, but we have not omitted that, right? So it's parle, parlons, parler, which means speak, let's speak and speak. Depends you're giving order to whom. If you're giving order to vous, you'll simply say parler. If you're giving it to tu, you'll say parle, right? So in case of ER verbs, just remove this S from the present tense, from the subject tu. Now let's look at another verb, and this verb is also the ER verb. The verb is aller. Aller, which means to go. Now what is the conjugation of the verb aller in the present tense? Je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va, nous allons, vous allez, il, elle, vont. Now, with je, il, elle, on and il, elle plural, I've put a dash. with tu. Now you see it is an ER verb. So as per the rule, since it is ER verb, you're going to omit this S from the tu form. So you'll say va. Okay. And here allons, aller. Simply remove this tu, nous and vous, and whatever is left you're going to write as it is. And yes, since it is ER verb, you're going to omit this S, right, from tu form. So va, allons, aller. Va, go. Allons, let's go. Aller, go. So now let's just look at our 4 major exceptions. The first exception we have already done, and that is that in case of ER verbs with tu, you omit S, right? Now we'll look at 4 major exceptions, and that is être, avoir, savoir, vouloir, right? Actually, till now, what is happening? You are forming the imperative form from the present tense only. What you're doing, you're writing the conjugation of the verb in the present tense. You're omitting tu, nous, and vous, and you're writing the verb as it is, right? So your imperative form is actually resembling the present tense. But now there are 4 verbs which are total exceptions, which are être, avoir, savoir, vouloir, right? With this, your imperative forms are totally different. So if you look at the conjugation of the verb être in the present tense, what is the conjugation of the verb être in the present tense? It is je suis, tu es, il, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils, elles sont. That is the conjugation of the verb être in the present tense. But now here it's going to completely change. How? Être with tu becomes sois. Être with nous becomes soyons, and être with vous becomes soyez. So if I ask you what are the imperative forms of the verb être, you'll say sois, soyons, soyez. This is an exception. The next exception is the verb avoir. Ayez, ayons, ayez. Repeat after me. Ayez, ayons, ayez. Right? And this does not resemble with the present tense. These are exceptions, yeah? So, ayez, ayons, ayez. The next is the verb savoir. Sache, sachons, sachez. Savoir, which means to know. So, the conjugation in the imperative form is sache, sachons, sachez. The next and the last exception that we have is vouloir. How would you write it in the imperative form? Veuille, veuillons, veuillez. Veuille, veuillons, veuillez. If you have ILL together, you don't pronounce double L in French. So this double L would be silent in all these 3. So veuille, veuillons, veuillez. So I'll repeat the rule for you. The rule says that there are 4 verbs, être, avoir, savoir, and vouloir. These 4 verbs are completely different when it comes to imperative, right? Till now we were doing that you write the present tense and you remove this tu, nous, and vous, and whatever is left is your imperative form, right? So your imperative form was actually resembling the present tense. But now there are 4 verbs which are total exceptions which you have to learn. Être, avoir, savoir, and vouloir. Now let's look at some of the examples. The first one being tu regardes la télé. Now all these sentences are in present tense. You need to change from present tense to imperative, right? So these are normal sentences. You need to change them into orders. For example, tu regardes la télé. You watch the television. Now I want to change from this to watch the television. I want to give an order. So first let's check which verb it is. The verb is regarder. Now you see this is ER verb. So as per the rule, in case of ER verbs, with tu, you're going to omit this S. So your sentence will become, your imperative sentence will become regarde la télé. Watch the television, right? The second one, tu parles en français. You speak in French. Now which verb it is? It's very important to know which verb it is. The verb is parler. Again, you see it is ER verb. So with tu, you're going to omit this S. So, parle, if you want to say to somebody, speak in French, we'll say parle en français. But you're going to omit this S over here, right? Now, vous mangez votre dessert. Now here there is no need to check, but still I'll tell you this verb is the verb manger. With vous, you don't have any rule or you don't have any exception. So you'll simply remove this vous and you'll simply say mangez votre dessert. That means eat your dessert. Right? The next one, tu finis ta soupe. Now, this verb is the verb finir. Now see, is it an ER verb? No, that's not ER verb, that is IR verb. Had it been ER verb, you would have omitted this S from tu. Now since it is not ER verb, you will not remove this S. So what will you say? Finish your soup. You'll say finis ta soupe. Right? So that's how you change from the present tense to the imperative sentences. Now let's just look at the next example, and that is tu es intelligent, which means you are intelligent. So which verb it is? The verb is the verb être. Être in the present tense. You want to change to imperative. So just now we looked upon there are 4 exceptions. Être, avoir, savoir, vouloir. Right? So with tu, of course you're going to omit this tu. With tu, the verb être in imperative form is sois. Now if you want to change from you are intelligent to an order saying be intelligent. This means be intelligent. That's an order. So you say sois intelligent. Sois intelligent. Être with tu in imperative becomes sois. Sois intelligent. The next one. Nous savons la vérité. We know the truth. Now I want to change from this to saying that let's know the truth. So this verb is the verb savoir. Savoir being an exception, with nous it changes from savons to sachons. Sachons la vérité, which would mean let's know the truth. It's an order. The next one, tu n'es pas en retard, which means you are not late. Again, you see this is the verb être. Now, purposely I have written this in the negative form, just to show you that negative and positive, they're not different. It will just remain the same. How? You're going to omit this tu. With tu, the form of the verb être is sois. So I'll just rub this. Sois. Just like we did over here. So since it is negative, just write sois, write ne before it, and write pas after it. Nothing is going to change. You're going to do it normally, just put ne before the verb and pas after the verb. So it becomes ne sois pas en retard. And the meaning will become don't be late. That's an order in the negative form. Don't be late. The next one, vous avez du courage. This is which verb? The verb is avoir. So change. The verb avoir was an exception. With vous, it becomes ayez. Ayez du courage. Right? So être, savoir, avoir, vouloir, all these are exceptions. You need to make the changes accordingly. Yes, also the fact that if you have a negative sentence, don't be scared here. You just need to write the verb as it is, and whatever the changes, as per the changes, you need to write the verb and then put ne before the verb and pas after the verb. Like for example, if you would have had the sentence like vous ne regardez pas la télé. Supposedly the sentence is vous ne regardez pas la télé. Now you want to change, this is your present tense, this is your simple sentence, you need to change it into imperative, saying don't watch the television. So what will you do? Remove this vous and your sentence will remain as it is. You'll say ne regarde pas la télé. Ne regardez pas la télé. I'm sorry, because it is with vous, so it becomes ne regardez pas la télé. So in the negative, don't be scared. You just need to put ne and pas before and after the verb, and nothing else is going to change. So ne regardez pas la télé, which means don't watch the television. Now with this, I have completed the second part of our series impératif. In the third and the fourth part, we are going to look upon the imperative of the pronominal verbs. So in case you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and mention your comments in the comment section below in case you have any queries. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Till then, au revoir, à bientôt et bisous bisous.